Okay, morning everyone. I am up early. You'll see more traffic. I have to go to a early morning meeting. Today I want to talk about workflow, and that was a tremendous driving. That was a subtle subtle technical point that I was trying to satisfy when selecting a camera and doing video blogging a while ago, before digital really made its way in. I think the SLRs at the time were like 2 megapixel, and they're like $4,000 or $5,000. They're just incredibly expensive. And so film was still king, you know. The resolution of film couldn't be beat, especially when you were shooting medium format. Now, 35mm format, regular film, you know, your typical camera is about this big. It's 35mm across. No, 35 by 24, I think. I think those are the measurements. And what I was shooting was with a bigger piece of film. It was called medium format, and the medium format here was 35, and the medium was like this big right here, and that was 60 centimeters by 70 millimeters. I'm sorry, 60 millimeters by 70 millimeters, and call that a 6x7 format. I was shooting a Mamiya 7 camera, and it had an ultra wide angle lens, you know, so equivalent to 20 millimeters, slightly wider than this small camera here. This Kodak V570. Kodak V570. And the deal with that is the resolution was by far, I mean, it was the same material, same film, same density in silver crystals. Basically you got the same density in pixels, okay? That's the equivalent of pixels, but you had a much larger surface area. The result of that was just incredible resolution. You could blow up huge images without picture loss. And at time I was pushing the envelope. I was also doing stitching, you know, photograph stitching. You know how you can stitch images by taking several pictures and joining them together. Well, in digital stitching, what you need to do is, well, in regular film stitching, what you need to do is you need to photograph several units, several sections, scan the images, and then put it up, you know, I mean, join them digitally. And with a lesser camera, that was, I mean, with way back when, the computers were a lot slower, and scanners, everything was just a lot slower, so it was difficult. So what you would do is you'd take the shot of the film, you'd scan the film. It would take like 15 minutes to scan, or maybe even 10 minutes. I forgot what it was, but it was, you know, you want to scan it at a high resolution, you know, and because depending on how big you want to blow it up. So you would get these, let's say, 3 images, okay, and then you try to stitch them together and work with it and try to work out the seams, and then voila, you get this huge 50 megapixel image, even a 100 megapixel image, and picture size would be like 650 megabytes, just enough to fit on a CD. Back then they didn't even have DVD burners because it wasn't invented yet, it wasn't there yet. So we had this huge picture, and incredible picture. You could put it up on a billboard and it would be razor sharp. Now, you know, in stitching, you take a picture, click, move the camera, click, and then pivot the camera again sideways and click, so you get 3 images stitched together. And really, it took it took like 3 seconds if you really think about it. And you know, maybe you set it up for like, take about a minute to set it up and shoot it, and it's 3 seconds. But the post-process time, the time to scan, time to stitch the images and enhance them, sometimes, I mean, you could take like 3 weeks, maybe a month, for something that took you 3 seconds. It would take you like a month to get those images nice, just the way you want them, okay? To edit them and all that stuff, to stitch it together. So when I had gone on a trip to China, I was there for about a month, and I was taking pictures, and I shot 70 rolls, okay? 70 rolls, think about it. And like one picture would be like okay, I get 3 images, right? I stitched together 3 images. I had to scan a whole bunch in low res, okay, just to, anyway, the idea, I think you guys get the idea. Basically, the effort to scan, the effort required after the photograph was by far incredibly huge compared to the effort just to take the picture. Okay, and that's where I figured out, okay, workflow is really important here. How, if I'm going to get into motorcycle video blogging, how am I going to do this in such a way that I'm not going to hate it, I'm not going to get burnt out, I'm not going to like try it a couple times and then just say, you know what, man, this sucks, I don't want to do this anymore. So my idea was to minimize post-production work, and part of that decision making in selecting the Kodak V570 was to have something where I had zero post-production, where I could just do my video blog, put it on the computer, do no editing, and just upload. Okay, bam, that's it. You know what? That's basically what I was after. So essentially, this is what the camera does. This is, I mean, guys, this is what you want here. You want something that's just effortless. You know, you just want something that you can put up. You can do a video blog and just put up. And you know, I mean, knowing that, I was able to, you know, like when I go on a ride, I'll take like 20 videos, and then the next day I'll do another 5, and the next day I'll do another 10, and then, you know, I'll put it off a couple of days, and then I realize, oh my gosh, the next weekend is upon me. The next weekend I'm gonna get another 20 videos. I got another ride. You know what? I better just upload this. And sure enough, I do it, and it's painless. You know, I'm able to do. I mean, if I had to do post-processing, I had to stitch them all together and all that. It's actually very painful. Okay, so what you want to do is you really want to minimize your post-processing so you don't kill yourself and get tired and just be discouraged. You know, minimize the work and keep video blogging fun, enjoyable. So that's pretty much my spiel. You know, MPEG or MOV files pretty much has the requirements for high resolution, small file size, high quality. Alright, so think about it before you get a video camera system, you know, where you have to transfer it from digital DV tape to digital.